The story of Danny Duncan is one you surely don't want to miss. He's a force of nature on YouTube, known for his hilarious antics, jaw-dropping stunts, and a healthy dose of unadulterated chaos. Danny Duncan has taken the YouTube scene by storm, leaving everyone in stitches or scratching their heads in disbelief. But here's the thing, Danny's journey to the top wasn't without its bumps and twists. No, he had to throw caution to the wind and get seriously creative to get where he is today. And let me tell you, the reason he strived so hard to be successful in the first place might just blow your mind. So if you're ready for a roller coaster ride through the life of a guy who's rewriting the rulebook on how to live life to the absolute max, hit that subscribe button now, and let's jump right into it. Born on July 27, 1992, in sunny Englewood, Florida, Danny Duncan grew up in a typical middle-class household. Duncan's parents split up, leaving him with his two siblings, and it was his mom, Sue Duncan, who shouldered the responsibility of raising them. Now, here's the thing. Sue was battling alcoholism, which meant Danny had to grow up pretty fast. He was very determined, and he hoped that someday he would be successful and wealthy enough to take care of his mom. Moving on to high school, Duncan attended Lemon Bay High. Not only did he tear up the track, but he was also a standout on the school's basketball team. He sure had skills, no doubt about it. After graduating in 2010, Duncan began to work at Walgreens. At first, he was excited to start earning a living. However, he quickly realized that the 9-to-5 life was not for him. He felt trapped in a routine and unfulfilled. Duncan wanted to do something more with his life. He wanted to be his own boss and follow his dreams. Duncan decided to quit his job at Walgreens, and he began to pack up and plan to head for Los Angeles. His ambition was to become a personal trainer for skateboarders, and he had saved up enough money to travel and attempt to make his dreams a reality. He knew it would be a lot of work, but he was determined to succeed. Now, here's where things get interesting. While living in Los Angeles, Duncan wasn't merely going with the flow. He had a genuine passion for skating, and he had already made friends with some big-name skaters. He would dish out advice on stretching and offer up exercises to help with pesky ankle injuries. Duncan was diving headfirst into a world he loved. You might be wondering, what then prompted Duncan to make his big move into the world of YouTube? Well, one fine day, he got some sage advice from none other than Jason Lee, a skater turned actor. Lee discussed with Duncan, explaining that building a massive following is like the express lane to snagging movie roles in today's world. Danny wasted no time and took that advice to heart. In 2014, which was 4 years after leaving high school, Danny launched his own YouTube channel. He dropped his inaugural skating video on July 3rd of that very year. Thereafter, he was cranking out videos on everything from skateboarding tips to epic pranks and all-out funny moments. But it wasn't until 2016 that things really exploded for him. Danny conjured up a video titled "Falling with 30,000 Pennies," and wouldn't you know it, that video skyrocketed to stardom, now racking up over a whopping 31 million views as of date. So where does Danny Duncan's YouTube career stand today? He's got an impressive 7 million subscribers and 1.6 billion views on his channel. Now, here's the twist. You'd be surprised to know that a bunch of his videos don't make the cut for monetization. They either break the content guidelines or feature copyrighted music. But you know what? Danny's always been about keeping it real. He wants to be himself, no holds barred, even if it means leaving a truckload of cash on the table. Now, this might seem a bit head-scratching to some. Why give up all that potential cash for 1.6 billion views? Well, it's about staying true to who he is in the spotlight. He's built a solid fan base who knows that Danny Duncan isn't changing for anyone. He couldn't care less about nailing the perfect thumbnail, crafting a killer title, or obsessing over his subscriber count. Believe it or not, Danny's bank account is sitting pretty with millions earned from YouTube, business deals, and his own line of products. And yet, he's still the same down-to-earth, humble guy he's always been. He's turned down offers from brands that don't share his values, preferring to collaborate with partners who truly understand him. It's these qualities that have turned him into a fan magnet. Now, here's the heart of it all. His mom has been and continues to be his rock. One of his biggest life goals was to buy her a house, and in 2017, he worked hard and saved up enough to make that dream a reality. He was so happy to be able to give her a place to call her own, and she was incredibly grateful for his gift. It was a heartwarming moment that reminded him of his childhood dream of taking care of his mother when he became successful. Danny Duncan's journey so far is surely inspiring. To think he just started out at Walgreens and then worked very hard to become one of the richest YouTubers globally, with a net worth of $20 million according to Forbes. How did he acquire that much wealth exactly? Well, his main income comes from YouTube, where he earns around $5,600 every day from sponsored ads. But on top of that, his clothing line brings in an impressive $1 million per month. Yes, that's right. Danny Duncan is not just a YouTube sensation, but also a savvy business mind. From the get-go, he knew he had to pull out all the stops to make it big in the world of online content creation. He didn't just stop at making profits from YouTube-sponsored ads. He took it a step further and launched his clothing line in 2019 in collaboration with Killer Merch. Danny's very first design was none other than himself donning a Ronald McDonald costume. Clever move, right? It not only screamed, "This is Danny Duncan's merch," but it also had that unmistakable Golden Arches recognition. And guess what? He raked in over a cool $1 million from this design alone. Next up was the real game changer, the Virginity Rocks design. And here's the clever bit. Danny came up with color combinations that were pretty spot on with the famous USC and UCLA shades. As time went on, he sold an incredible $150 million worth of this merch line. Duncan's way of doing things teaches us something important. When you embrace a style people already know or playfully riff on famous brands, it makes your designs instantly recognizable in a busy market. It's like a secret ingredient for standing out. When Duncan first dipped his toes into the YouTube merch scene, it wasn't the booming industry it is today. But did that stop him? Not a chance. He was already selling out spots like Tilly's and Spencer's with his snappy one-liner tees, long before other successful YouTubers hit the merch scene. Danny's brand, Virginity Rocks, now hits the shelves in over 2,000 physical locations. You can spot it in various popular retail spots, from specialty stores to skate shops, and he even teamed up with Hooters for a collaboration. So while every creator brand has its own unique flavor, Danny Duncan found the secret sauce for staying power in the mainstream. His merchandise routinely flies off the shelves in retail stores across the nation. Danny Duncan's life shows that being true to yourself and taking chances can lead to incredible things. It just goes to show that with determination and creativity, you can turn your dreams into reality. He's unique because he stays genuine, never giving in to the lure of fame or money. His journey teaches that if we follow our passions and don't shy away from challenges, we can create something extraordinary. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. See you in the next one.